Hey guys, Nicole Mackin here. You're looking right now at the inspiration piece for this week, and I am up for Free Flow Wednesday. And first of all, thanks for joining me. I am making this layout. It started from a few places. One, the idea for the layout started with a prompt from Load, which is Layout a Day that I am participating in. It's a event that's hosted by Lane Amen, and where you scrapbook a layout a day and you follow themes. And the theme for today was transportation, and I've been wanting to scrapbook this photo for a long time because I recently just changed vehicles. Well, it's been probably about 3 years now, and I wanted to really scrapbook about just memories in the vehicle that I had since both my babies were babies. And so I thought that was a perfect opportunity, and then I'd kill two birds with one stone and get that layout completed, but also use it for Free Flow Wednesday because I am just going to do my typical style. I'm working with my typical kit, which is this right today is a manufacturer's kit. I'm working with Dear Lizzie's documentary line. And as many of you know, if you watch my channel at Nicmackin, I often scrapbook within kits. And so Free Flow Wednesday is about kind of focusing on me as a scrapper as far as my style and process. And so that's a big part of it. So I also then looked at the inspiration board, and I really liked on the bottom photo that hello in gray on the turquoise cabinet. And so that pulled together for me some color schemes, which worked out perfect because my car was like a charcoal gray. And I liked that hello, that cursive hello, and I had some Dear Lizzie thicker like cursive words that I wanted to use. So I thought that fit really well. I also looked at the quote on the upper right. It said, "Small things become great when done with love." And I thought that was perfect because, your vehicle, scrapbooking your vehicle might seem kind of odd. It's kind of, you wouldn't think a very important thing that you'd want to document, but when I think about it, it's really actually a huge part of our lives, and all the memories that happen within the vehicle. We, drive a lot. I live in a rural area, so we spend a lot of time in the car, and I probably could have journaled even way more than I did. I kept it pretty kind of basic, even though I journaled quite a bit. It still ended up being kind of a pretty basic layout, but it made me want to definitely scrapbook more about what songs we listen to, and maybe how many miles a day we drive, or there's all kinds of ways you could take this. This was just a simple thank you to this vehicle because it just did really well for our family. Both my babies, grew up in it, and I mean, not in it, but with this car. And while it didn't have all the amenities that my current car has, it did really well for our family. And so I wanted to document that. Anyway, so that sentiment that small things become great when done with love, even though it was just, a car seems like a small thing, but in reality, it's really a big part of our family and our daily life. So anyway, so here I decided, initially I was going to just do like those two tones of the turquoise along with the gray, but I decided that I wanted a little bit of color just to give me some more options for embellishments. And so I just layered, and as you can see, I cut out some of the little sections just to save some of the paper for later. And I just want a little bit of that multicolor piece peeking out just so that it would give me some options as far as embellishment was concerned. I knew I wanted to use this day of the week paper. These are from the 6x6 paper pad. I had both 12x12 sheets and the 6x6 paper pad. But I wanted that day of the week paper was perfect just because of, we spend, every day in the car at some point. And so I thought that was, also kind of along the theme of daily life and that kind of thing. So that was perfect. So I thought I'd bring up some more of this multicolor paper up just a little bit again, just a really small mat, and just to help the picture of the vehicle stand out a little bit. While I am matting this and getting it set on these layers, I do want to say that this is my last video sadly, for the Crafty Maven Getaway channel. I just decided not to try out for the new team. Just something that isn't perfectly working with my schedule right now, and doesn't mean that down the road I won't try to get back involved with it again. I really, really enjoyed it, and I really think that the ladies worked so hard to make this channel go, and I really appreciate you guys watching the videos. I will continue to do videos on my personal scrapbook channel, Nicmackin, and like I said, maybe I'll be back sometime, but this will be my last video for the Crafty Maven Getaway channel, sadly. So here I am just layering. I wanted to pull in that darker turquoise color from that background paper, and so I did that. The 6x6 papers are perfect for layering. They're just a great size, and I think I ran out of adhesive. That always happens when I'm actually recording. I think what else I was going to say. I think that's it. Let's see. So here I'm grabbing, I wanted to use this Remember on there, and so I just layer it along the bottom of the photo. These thicker words are so fun. They're some of my favorite embellishments. Just trying to get it. They're a little flimsy, so trying to get it straight. So yeah, so this vehicle, we got it like 6 months, 5 or 6 months after my firstborn was born, and kind of a side story, and I should probably scrapbook this too. I just remember sitting in the office, like signing all the papers for this vehicle, and I had meniscus, and I felt so awful. And you know, my oldest, she was just 6 months old, so she was nursing, and she was kind of crying, and it was just like one of those days where I just wanted to go to bed and sleep, and like I had a fever and all of that. It was just not good. So that's like my memory of the day of buying this vehicle, which is really weird. But like I said, this vehicle, we had, I don't know, I know we put on over 100,000 miles on it, and I ended up selling it to it would be my niece-in-law. So it's still in the family, which is really cool. And I see it every once in a while. I think she still has it anyway. Last time I knew, she still had it. But it's just fun to think about all the things this vehicle saw. Like it saw me taking my babies to daycare when I was working full time. And then, you know, all the trips back and forth. We lived 30 minutes away. So all the trips to, you know, to the town where our daycare was and my work was, and trips to my parents' house, and just, you know, vacations, and, you know, just all, I mean, there's so many fun memories. And then all the music we would listen to, we would blast music and certain songs and that my kids liked, or just, you know, lots of trips to see my best friend to scrapbook. I mean, just so many fun memories in this car. And it was kind of bittersweet, like having to let go of it just because of all the memories. So anyway, it was really fun to kind of think about that and all the things that this vehicle saw as far as our family growing and changing and stuff. So that would be a fun, like, even list layout to make, like things that the vehicle, you know, took us to or did for us, or, you know, like all the trips to take my mom to chemo, or, you know, just those things. Like, I don't know, it's just kind of an interesting concept, I think. So it was fun to think about as I was doing this layout about all the things that we experienced with this vehicle. So anyway, so here I'm just playing with embellishment. I wanted to bring some of that color up. I wanted to bring in another puffy sticker, and I don't end up doing that, but I do end up adding in some more dimension with my title and a button, because that was my concern, is I didn't want just one random piece that had dimension, and then everything else is flat. I wanted to even that out a little bit, and I do end up doing that. Even though that remember is dimensional also, it seemed to kind of more, match like that black circle sticker versus, and so that's kind of where I went with those two things. And so I just felt like I needed some more dimension besides those two things. So here I had pulled these letters for another layout, and that pale pink is, if you can kind of see it, it is in that multicolor paper that's in the background. You can see it to the upper right, that same pink. And so I decided just to use it because it would pull out one more fun color from that background paper. And so I just titled it, "You Served Us Well." And I will pause it here pretty soon because I have to actually adhere them all on, because as many of you know, they aren't as sticky as they should be, which is okay in some instances where I have to move them, but it's kind of frustrating that we have to use adhesive to make them stick, but that's all right. But I do pause that so that you guys don't have to watch me do that. But, I really love this font. I love this sticker set. I really wanted the well to kind of go out past that D. So I move everything over a little bit. And I do actually, after I take pictures and do the video, I do add a period at the end of that after well. So that's missing at this point, but now it's on there. Then I have this rub-on that I had cut out right away when I was thinking about this story, because I thought that would be a nice sentiment, and it's a rub-on from the Dear Lizzie documentary collection. So I just get that on there. And then I just kind of look at my stickers, and I know I want to get that turquoise, that darker turquoise color up to the top to balance out a little bit. And I like this travel, even though it's probably technically meant for like a traveling layout, but I thought, hey, I'm documenting a vehicle, so the word travel was perfect. And then it also brings in some gold, because it has gold foil on it. So that, which there was some gold foil on that floral sticker as well, so that worked out well. But then that made me think to grab these, this washi book, and I could tuck in some washi. So I'll spend the next couple minutes here kind of layering, like I tear them and then kind of do a couple layers along the top and along the bottom. And they're arrows, and so I point the arrows towards like this, the embellishment, just to help guide the eye a little bit. This is a good lesson as to why you should only adhere stuff down initially in the middle, so that you can pick up these edges if you need to, tuck things underneath them, and then you can glue them back down better. I love the look of that, because it looks like almost like it's a rub-on that's very kind of eclectic, and I love the look of that layered washi tape. That was not what I expected, and I really liked it. Sorry. Got a good look at my hand there. Or maybe that was my arm, I'm not for sure. I think I'm just figuring out where I want to put this washi, and I just layer it just to point to the travel. This is my first time completing layout a day. I know I've started it before, and I've so far done every day. I'm so proud of myself, because some days I come home and it's like 8, 9 o'clock at night, and I'm exhausted because we've been running all day, and it's really hard when you have no desire to come down and make a scrapbook page. Like, I didn't realize how hard it would be some days, because I love it, but it's been kind of more difficult than I thought. But when I come down and I just watch the video for the prompt, and I put something together, like I end up every time I've loved this story because that's the starting point, and that's also different for me because I'm usually a product-based scrapper. So it has been a little bit difficult for me, but at the same time, it's been really good because I feel like I've told some really solid stories. So if you ever get a chance, check it out. It's a lot of fun. I'm really glad I got this story told. So I'm playing with putting in some of these around, but I feel like it's getting too busy. And I do end up, that ampersand one, I do end up putting it down later, but I didn't want to do it in multiple places, so I put those away. I journaled. I paused and journaled there. I'll read that really quickly while I'm looking for other embellishment options. It says, my 2004 Ford Escape was such a great vehicle for our family. We got it shortly after Keaton was born, and then 3 years later, it brought Mally home from the hospital. So many miles, 100,000 plus, so many trips, so many meals and snacks eaten inside, so many songs sang, so many memories. It was hard to say goodbye despite the upgrade. Thank you. So that was the journaling. Like I said, I could easily get a lot more specific, but so here I'm just kind of playing to see if do I want to embellish some more. I felt like I needed some more of that pinkish reddish color towards the bottom because I had the bird and the hearts in the globe. And so I feel like this balances that out a little well, even though it's not the exact same color. It just is a little bit of a darker pink. And so that to me makes it a little bit more evened out color-wise. And then I feel like I need something else black because that word is pretty heavy, and then that circle up there is pretty heavy. And so I feel like I need one more black element, and I do end up putting this just on that live sticker. And I like how that looks. And with that said, guys, I think that is it. Thank you so much for watching me here on the Crafty Maven Getaway. And I really appreciate you guys watching. Take care and happy scrapping.